Louisiana Beer Reviews presents a taste challenge. You just knew this was coming. You just knew this was coming. Keystone Ice, introduced in 1994, certified kosher. This is 145 calories, 5.9% alcohol. It's a Molson Coors brand. It exited Louisiana in 2014, but it suddenly and inexplicably reappeared. This morning I saw it. I looked. There it was. I bought it. $9.99 a 15 pack. Okay, whatever. They did mention on the Miller Coors blog that they were going to try to re-emphasize their value price brands, and they kind of admitted that they had neglected them. That may have had something to do with the exiting from our market. Yes. Oh yeah, some smoke coming out the can. Ooh, woo. Keystone. There's the original Keystone Ice can from 1994. And with the mountains, and here is natural. There's the original natural ice bottle from 1995. This is a 96 bottle for the Olympics. 96 Olympics. And we got natural ice in for natural ice. Introduced 1995 and went nationwide. In 1996. And I've been drinking it and enjoying it ever since. Oh yeah, $17.99 a 30 pack around here. Some places get it cheaper. And $9.99 for a 15 pack. If I got a 30 pack in Louisiana, it would not be double that price, okay? I got it at Cheap Smokes, but they ain't cheap liquor, wine, and beer. Their alcohol prices tend to be a little elevated. Okay. They call themselves Cheap Smokes. I don't really know if it's that cheap. But anyway, I saw it. I said, this is the kind of thing, you know, if you pass on something because you're looking to save money and you come back later, it's gone. And that happens in Louisiana where things show up and then they disappear. I think, about the same appearance. That pale straw, thin white head, clear as a bell. Can't say that I see any sediment, but the sun has all gone that way. It's not shining through like it was earlier. Now, there's this competing color scheme, right? The blue and the silver and the black. But they have a darker blue stripe. And the same kind of blue and the silver and the black. With no dark blue stripe. Does that mean something? Now remember, Keystone Ice used to have the black and the silver with gold. You know, blue, silver, and red. How things can change. No more double boomerang. No more horse collar. I never thought I'd live to see the day when there would be natural ice without the double boomerangs and no horse collar. I just never thought I would live to see that. Still has an eagle though. Do I think I'll be able to tell them apart? I do think I should be able to tell them apart because in my experience, natural ice, Keystone Ice tended to be a little lighter bodied, you know, a little less gamey, let's say. And then, you know, the Milwaukee's best ice is the gamiest of them all. It's kind of chewy. It says lager on the side here. I'm trying to see if they give a nutritional statement for calories. They do not. Oh yeah, well, what is it? 131, right? 131. I think I recall that. It's on the Tap Into Your Beer site. And somebody was telling me I think that's not correct. They would be in big trouble if they were posting nutritional information and they knowingly put the wrong information. And I think it's like I can always remember being 131 for years. Somebody would have called them out on that. This was 129 when it first came out. It went up. Why, I don't know. They changed the recipe a little bit, gave it more body. Ice brewed ale, it says here. Nothing artificial added. 2003 Coors Brewing Company. Ale. Well, not an ale. It is a lager. But they say ale on these cans because a lot of it goes to Texas, and it, yep, says right there, ale. And they have to, there's kind of weird laws in Texas, like you can't have strong beer, but you can have strong ale and lager. But could it actually be brewed as an ale? That seems like that could not be true, right? Could that be the actual, is that why it tastes different? They have ale yeast? I don't know. Call the scientists. Ask them. All right. Look at this old 96 bottle. It says natural ice beer. I don't think they kept that word beer on the labels over time, though, because there was some little problem with that, calling it beer. I have to go do some investigative reporting. Okay, I already got it mixed up, I can't tell. One is retaining the head of foam more. Alright, I'm going to try to go fast. Appearance won't matter. Go. Oh, that is so pungent, that is so yeasty, that is so Keystone Ice-like, I think. Clean. This is so clean. Hey, clean! I don't know how you could smell that and not like it. It's just like one of the most beautiful smelling mass-produced beers I've ever smelled, and I've smelled many. It's just wonderful. It's got to be. It's gotta be. But let's see. It smells nothing like that. For those people that say all mass-produced lager beers, or ale perhaps, smell the same, I'm sorry, they don't. This one seems to have more banana, but it doesn't have that pungent yeasty thing. Ooh. I don't know what kind of yeast they're using. Backwoods Billy might have more of an insight on this thing. But it's just so bready. It's like French bread. I mean, it's like French bread. I had French bread yesterday and the day before yesterday. It tastes like that. I don't know what is causing that, but it's very distinct. Very low hop profile. They say that on the website. Very low hop application. But then natural ice, you go pick up a lot of hops at the end of the sip. You will say, whoa, this thing's hoppier than I first believed. I think the IBUs must be around 17 or 18. They're coming into play. There they are. It's like little soldiers marching across your tongue. All the little hop soldiers. Seems lighter body. It has to be lighter body, right? 131 calories to 145. Let's check it out. By golly, it's clean and it's crisp, and it's got to be natural ice. It's got to be. I don't know, man. The Keystone Ice, its recipe changed a little bit. Well, I mean, I know it did from original because it was 129, now it's 145. But I don't know. It seemed like it went from good to really, really, really good. That might be the breadiest. This might be the breadiest mass-produced American beer I've ever had. And I'm not trying to build it up to be more than it is, you know, like, oh yeah, just say all that. Because you're trying to rope people into this perception of it. No, it's just the way I feel about it. Well, it's got to be. This has got to be natural, and that's got to be Keystone. And I have really admired Keystone, the Keystone line. They've been on the market for almost 30 years. I guess next year I'll have to do a 30th anniversary. You know, have to do it, right? be natural. It's got to be natural ice. It's got that clean, it's got to be the cleanest ice beer on the market. I don't know though, Ice House is kind of clean. But then Ice House, you know, and yeah, but Ice House kind of has that Miller House style thing going on, you know what I mean? It's Miller beers just taste Millerish. And I know Coors owns them, Molson Coors owns them now, and they've been having Miller Coors for a long time, 10 years. But it still seems separate, like they keep it separate. Okay, here we go, natural. I knew it from the first aroma test. It could not be anything but. Which one's better? It's got a little fruit flavor in it too, like a little bitty bit of citrus, honestly. Better. I don't know. I think I have to go with Keystone Ice. I think it's a little better. That breadiness. But I mean, I really like them both. I have been devoted in the sense that I like to drink. I don't mean like I'm hustling for the companies. I will do that, but I need the money. Where is the money? I'm not getting any of the money. No, but I mean devoted to the drinking pattern of it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I say I need a standby beer to have with meals, whatever, I will buy natural ice because it really works for me. It's got a high enough alcohol, but it's not to that tipping point. 6% is that tipping point. It goes above 6%, it starts to repel me. And then it's 131 calories. It's really perfect, you know. Keystone, yeah, if they have the 30 packs for $17.99, I will definitely be interchanging that with the natural ice. I will do that. Bud Ice is always a little bit more, it's more popular, so it commands a higher price around here. I'm talking about southeastern Louisiana. Well, hey, fascinating taste challenge, and I was so interested that I could get it on aroma only. I think they're distinct. So the real point, all the kidding aside, you know, but the real point is these macro beers are similar in many ways, but there are some distinctions between them. There are some distinctions. It's not the same old thing. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching this video production. I don't know if you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And I want to do, well, you know what I want to do? I want to do Ice House against Keystone Ice. And there were two I did already against it when I had found the can in Texas last year. So whatever I didn't do against it. And we don't really get a huge amount of ice beers around here in Louisiana. We get a standard amount, and then that's it. We don't get Genesee Ice. We don't get Molson Ice, you know, so I'm kind of limited in what I can challenge this with. But anyway, all that aside, thanks for watching this video production. And I'd be very curious and interested to see what your comments are about these two products.